This could be a great way to put out the fire. We're Nigerian for Port Harcourt.
This is the Morning Crossfire on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Good morning. We're Nigerian for Port Harcourt, and this is where we have the region's biggest conversation. My name is Enoch Bevere. Thank God it's Friday, the 1st in the month of June. 4th it is. And we're talking about what the DG of the NYSC, Shaibu Ibrahim, said yesterday. Reacting to moves to scrap the NYSC, he said, core members are part of the national defense policy of Nigeria and can be mobilized for war if need be. He said core members are like soldiers and now on reserve. And of course, that got Nigerians talking. Yeah, the people are talking, and we're having that conversation this morning. Well, I started, first of all, by going to the NYSC website to check why it was set up. So for those who may not know, the National Youth Service Scheme was created on May 20, 1973 as an avenue for reconciliation, reconstruction and rebuilding of the nation after the Civil War. So it was based on decree number 24 that stated that the scheme was created with a view to the proper encouragement and development of common ties among the youths of Nigeria and the promotion of national unity. So the DG is saying, so if our national unity is at stake and we need you to be pulled in, why not? Oh my. So how it works is this: you graduate from Institute of Higher Learning and then you're posted to a state other than your state of origin. You're expected to mix with people from different ethnic groups, social and family backgrounds, learn the culture of indigenes in the location you're posted to. So it's for us to appreciate other ethnic groups, unite, bring down the walls of ethnicity and, these things that, many of you frown at. But we'll look at that, the scrapping first, because that was the first conversation that started. Oh, by the way, you must be under the age of 30, right? Because if you graduate before 30, then you can serve the nation, So let's start with the scrapping part, because that was the first conversation that came into the news. Let's scrap NYSC, and people were asking, why should you scrap the NYSC? As it's outlived its usefulness. Are Nigerians now so united, that they don't need to go to another person's place to stay? They don't need to interact with people of other cultures. And it was the House of Reps, by the way, that bill to scrap the NYSC past second reading, will actually move to second reading in the House of Reps on May 25, 2021. So that's where the discussion started. And, some people are asking why. Why do they want to scrap the NYSC? I'll give you some of the reasons that the person who moved the motion for that gave. We have a guest on the phone, Tunde Bello, and he's a social commentator. He will tell us his thoughts on that, and the latest now being that the DG thinks that youth corps members may be called to national service. Still national service, by the way, still national service. So the bill was sponsored by a member representing Andoni Opoponkoro constituency, Awaji Inombek Abiante, one of our own. He said it was born out of the state of insecurity in Nigeria and the rate of unemployment. Due to the insecurity across the country, NYSC management now give considerations to posting core members to their geopolitical zones, thereby defeating one of the objectives for setting up the scheme. Yeah. And he says, so we have people who are going to serve instead of going to work. And it just makes it, he said, some of these humane people only hire core members because they don't want to pay a sensible salary. So we have companies who are running their operations using core members only, maybe a few, full staff. The rest will be core members. So every year they keep changing core members, and they're not paying anyone that could do that job. They're not employing them as well. Those were some of the reasons that Abiante gave, saying that it's a colossal waste of resources. Take that money, put it into education instead. All right. So, Tunde Bello, good morning. Thank you for joining us on Nigerian Info today.
Good morning, Eno, and good morning, everyone listening.
All right. So you are for or against the scrapping of the NYSC scheme. I've read to you some of the reasons why the lawmaker representing Andoni Opopo Nkoro, Federal Constituency, Awaji Inyombek Abiante, gave for calling for the scrapping of the scheme, rather.
Okay, well, for me, it's not a cast in stone answer that you can give for such a monumental institution set up by government. I try to understand the scheme. I never participated in it because, of course, I never graduated, so I don't know what it is. Not I don't know what they do there, or I don't know how it works or something, but I never liked the idea of NYSC, where you people went to school for 4 years, some 7 years or whatever, and then after that, you just decided that they should serve their fatherland in what capacity. You send them to schools where they will go and teach, because mostly that's what they do, basically. You send them to places they've never been to in the name of fostering unity and promoting togetherness, or I don't know, I can't remember what it is now. And then we understand that where people are posted to, particularly schools, teachers are already there. So you render those teachers useless in the first place, because now they have corpers who come to teach children. Now, the other reason why I said that was basically non-important is enough reason to post people to go and serve the fatherland in a teaching capacity. We have the National College of Education that is meant to produce teachers for Nigeria. We have the National Teachers Institute that is meant to train people who graduate from College of Education so that they can be properly groomed for teaching. Because, if you look at all of what we have now, particularly even in private schools, what we have are not teachers, but people who take up teaching while they look for jobs. So you just have a bunch of graduates of courses that are not related to teaching. People who graduated, from studying sociology, agriculture, accounting, engineering, and while they are looking for a job, they can't find a job. They just apply in the school, and then the schools, because of course they can't find quality teachers, employ graduates and put them into any subject. Just go there since you're a graduate and you know how to speak English or grammar or something. Just go and teach these people and teach them how to do diction and singing and all that. So for me, that totally defeated the purpose of NYSC. Secondly, you send people to places they've not been before, to places they didn't study or they didn't come from, so that you can spread unity, but you didn't provide security for these people. You don't provide comfort for these people. They are moving out of their bases or the place they know very well, from their family to a place where they don't know, and you leave them to find a way for themselves to take care of themselves. That's not service. That's you're introducing them to a fatherland that is very, very harsh or very, very uncaring. You're telling them, see this is the way life is and all of that. I know life is not always comfortable. You don't do a program just to make people go around and all over the places suffering. That's one reason why NYSC should be scrapped.
But Tunde, many people have been, to other states, other locations to serve, as core members, and they totally enjoyed it. Some had a great life.
No. Don't get me wrong. As I said, it's not a...
You said, I mean, you've said some things. One of the things you also said was that they don't provide security. Would they provide special security because they're core members outside of what the people in that area already, have?
No, if you take me out of my place, if you take me out of my comfort, if you take me out, I have finished all I have to do about my education. It's a 6334 system, okay? And I have gone through all of that. I have been issued a certificate that shows I'm a graduate. So if you're calling me into a scheme that says I should serve my fatherland, it's like you're asking the armed forces, you're asking the soldiers, the policemen to come and do a job or to come and carry out an activity or something. And you have to see to them. You have to see to their comfort, you have to see to their security, you have to see to their providing tools that they need to work with, because you call them into that service. If I was looking for something in that state personally, then even as a core member or as a graduate of a Nigerian institution, then I should be able to provide that for myself. Do you get the logic behind it? No. So what I'm saying is that I am not saying people don't find joy. I posted something about NYSC, and I said NYSC have produced more couples than entrepreneurs. NYSC have produced more couples than nation builders. So people find joy for whatever reasons. I'm going there, I'm a find a husband, and that's just by the way. But what I'm saying is that this service, this scheme must be properly looked into. If we are to keep it, then you look at the amount of money that is dedicated to this scheme. Every year since 1973 or thereabouts, you spend money for paying allowances for people who hardly go to where you post them. A court member can just call in and you ask, how many times did you go to where you were posted in a month? And you already know how we do our things. I've had the opportunity of having corpers or core members come to serve in my company. I personally wrote the NYSC in the state that every year give us 2 to 3 people smart in this discipline that can come to learn the practicality of what they have done in the school. And let me tell you, you see, we have the National Board for Technical Education and we have the National University Commission. These two institutions are set up for the same reasons. Now, the National Board for Technical Education that supervises the curriculum and the admission and all of that about polytechnics and technology-based institutions ensures that people who pass through that curriculum are groomed in technical matters. You're doing engineering, you're doing automobile stuff, you're doing accounting, you are exposed. That is why they go for internship, they go for IT 2 years after or 18 months after you entered into the polytechnic. You go for IT, 3rd year, you go for IT. To acquire practical knowledge. But let's review how far this scheme has gone. The same thing with the NYSC. You see people who graduate, and for all the years they've been in school, they have never seen anything real or close to real of whatever their lecturers are teaching them.
Okay, so
somebody graduates from say mechanical engineering, all the 4 years, the lab does not have anything that looks like the mechanic workshop. The lab that the lecturer that teaches them don't even know what is the current issues and technology in automobile. So what I'm saying is that if we are to keep this scheme, it should be for proper nation building. So why invest so much funds in people that are not getting the quality or the reason why it was set up? So my proposal is that if you're going to keep NYSC, those who study engineering, what they have done with their 4 years or 5 years of proper education, send them to places where they can learn and contribute what they learn into nation building, and you pay them. So these companies who can afford, for example, we have many SMEs, many companies who are set up for having human resources problems as a result of inability to pay or continuously pay salaries. And here is a scheme that pays 30,000 naira for each member of that scheme every month. And we produce in not less than 30 to 100,000 graduates every year at 30,000 times 12 for teaching people. Then the teachers that are employed by the federal schools, by the state schools, by the private schools, what are they doing? Then you spend all of that for a year. What I'm saying is we need to start looking at some of the things we're doing. And the issue of the DG saying that they can be groomed for war, that's practically, you see, sometimes we need to look at people. This is a very sensitive period in the nation of Nigeria, and I think people need to guide and guard what they say. You expect me to allow a child of mine who didn't go to the National Defense Academy to go to war or to be prepared for war when he studied computer science because he is educated? I mean, I'm saying that if you look at the monumental laws that Nigeria is incurring, maintaining this scheme, then you understand why we are the way we are currently.
All right.
So that's it.
Thank you, Tunde, for your time. A commercial will play, and then we will come back to that. So what the House of Reps member said was that people are being killed, no insecurity due to religious extremism and ethnic violence, kidnapping of innocent core members across the country. So it's time that we, we'll let it go. Awaji Inombe Kabianti, he's the sponsor of that bill. So the commercial will play, and then the lines will be open. Scrap, don't scrap. Tunde says it's too expensive. It's not, in fact, the aim for which it was set up, as far as Tunde Bello is concerned, has been defeated. And if you look at it, between when it was set up and now, do we really have national cohesion? Are we more united now than we were in 1972, for example? The lines will be open after the commercial. We are Nigerian for Port Harcourt. Please stay tuned. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. 33 minutes gone past 8 o'clock. Thank you for staying tuned. We get into your side of the conversation at this time. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0009. Tunde Bello, my guest, who joined me via the phone, also talked about comfort. Why take people to places they don't want to go? Because you've made it compulsory. Why don't you give them comfort? And I thought while he was speaking about how many of us leave our homes, our states, to go study in other states. What we want at that time is learning. But for him, the major thing there is that it's compulsory. It's been made compulsory by the government. It's not voluntary. 0817-923-0002. You can join us via Twitter at Nigeria Info PH, Facebook at Nigeria Info PH. WhatsApp number 08090306416. Comments to welcome. Good morning.
Good morning. I was listening to your contributor. While you don't need to participate in an event in order to be able to comment on it, but there's something that is fundamentally missing in his contribution. And it is obvious that his lack of experience in that particular skill has given him a biased bent toward his scheme. I graduated and I participated in a youth service. For a lot of people that do not attend unity schools, they don't understand what you gain from going to school with people from different parts of this country, which is one of the things that the unity school does to you. The NYSC is one of the programs that has succeeded in achieving something on a bigger scale of what the unity schools were established to achieve. Now, the fact that it is compulsory is just one of those situations in which there are things that is good for us in our life that sometimes until somebody says, do this, you would rather stay in your comfort zone and you do not benefit from those things until somebody pushes you to do that. You now discover that, oh, this thing is actually beneficial. That is what that scheme has accomplished. A lot of people will rather stay in their locality, will not interact, will not eat any other food from any other part of the country. Oh, I never tried this thing before, I don't know the thing well, until they go to serve. Then they have the privilege of interacting. All the prejudices they have. Oh, Hausa people know they do this. Or Igbo people, they know they do this. The Yoruba man that has never eaten Edikaiko that thinks that Pyom is iron. It is when they go to Aquabom that they get to experience a different culture. They get to see the way other people live. And I can tell you, while we do have insecurity, and I totally agree that the situation of insecurity has made the scheme a bit difficult, there is still more good in the youth service program than the drawbacks that occurs. When you are going for service, the aim is not comfort. All that one about security and about my comfort should provide this. How many of us experience the kind of comfort you're talking about, even when you live in your locality? So the issue here is not comfort.
All right.
And even in France, they have the 1 year military, 1 year compulsory service, which is more intense. And many other countries have that. I admit and I understand the fact that the security situation in this country today has really created a situation and a context that doesn't allow the program to function as they ought to. But there is no taking away from the fundamental premise for that program. And it should still, I strongly recommend it should still continue. Of course, taking into consideration the fact that if certain areas are not safe, it's better that people come back.
All right.
But staying local and just having a local mentality and no exposure to other cultures will not serve us.
All right. Thank you.
That is my contribution.
Thank you for calling. Progress is in Elili. Good morning, Progress. Let's hear your contribution.
Good morning.
Good morning. So we can barely hear you.
Yes, can you hear me now?
Thank you. Please go on.
Okay, thank you. Let me say that the NYSC, as it's been established, is aimed at not just at exposure, but also for the empowerment of the Nigerian youth. At least a takeoff where you are through with school or with studies, and then there is something that is fund that you can plan with. So for those who actually propose for its scrap, I heard the guest saying that it is capital consuming. Somebody is being paid. And then the question comes, who is the owner of the money? If you don't pay these young people to start life, what will you use that fund for? So I sometimes used to be very uncomfortable to see that Nigerian youth, because I'm sure that Ajante himself, who sponsored this bill, is a youth. And instead of him to go for support what, if not for exactly the way he proposed it, at least an amendment, instead of scrapping, amend the process, amend the work in itself, so that to see. The question I'll ask is, our forefathers who brought this scheme, are they not in their right minds? Why should we propose to scrap what our forefathers, a dream of unity of our forefathers? And you see in Nigerian youth, one thing about our Nigerian system, especially the politicians, if we don't benefit from it, we scatter it. That mentality should go off of our politicians.
All right.
And for me, I'm suggesting that instead of proposing for scrap, let us go for amendment. Let's amend it in order to serve the purpose of which our founding fathers did, and then still empower our youth, expose our youth, and then make it better. Right. I think that's my submission.
Thank you. Ben is in trouble. Good morning, Ben.
Yeah, very good morning. It is a pity that people aren't thinking about this nation. People aren't thinking about the survival of this nation. For anyone who is concerned about the survival of this country, such a person should not be advocating for the scrapping of the NYSC. Like the last caller, or the penultimate caller rather, said that the NYSC scheme is not designed for the comfort of the people. Rather, it is for people to show sacrifice, commitment, and to an extent, display some spirit of altruism for their fatherland. You know, as I speak to you now, nobody is willing to die for this country. Nobody. It will shock you. Okay? So, if we are talking about how to reinvent the spirit of national consciousness, national integration, national cohesion, and we want to do away with the NYSC, what other platform, I ask, will provide us the opportunity of, building Nigeria, building the spirit of oneness, togetherness,
so you believe,
rather than the NYSC?
So you believe the NYSC has been able to do that?
Sir?
You believe the NYSC has been able to do that?
To a large extent. To a large extent. And the other day when I was privileged to be with you in the studio there, talking about the kidnap of the Kangara boys, and somebody was, in my view, trying to be mischievous by saying that the North is much more educated than the South. And I said, that is not true, because I served in the North. I have first-hand information about the socio-economic challenges of that region. That is because an opportunity was given to me to, be there for 1 full year. So how can we be boxing ourselves? How can we leave ourselves, to the centrifugal forces that have worked now in Nigeria more than ever now? The unity of this country is threatened, and if we must do everything to keep us together, is the NYSC not part of it? So it's not for me, Mark. It's not about comfort, like someone said. It's not about giving them rightful job placement or not. It's about teaching the people, how to sacrifice for their fatherland.
Right.
After 9/11, I don't know whether you know about this history, but after 9/11, about 18,000 Americans volunteer to join the American Marine in order to fish out Osama bin Laden and fight Al-Qaeda. Who does this now? Who can do this? All of us, every other day, we are crying, bemoaning the insecurity situation in this country. Have you heard of any group of persons who are volunteering to say we want to join, the military in order to tackle this? So please, for whoever
so
is
if people are not willing, even if
the NYSC program, the person should have a rethink.
All right, let me let you go. Thank you very much for calling. Kelechi is in Eche. Good morning, Kelechi.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Yes, suppose that the NYSC should be tried. They follow two reasons. Because the younger ones, after there is no employment, when we are posted to serve in the hospital, we are the ones that will go in the they will not even pay us. They don't even have payment power and they don't staff to work. So after that, they have in mind that another state is coming. So when they use us finish, they will support and not even employ us. If they say they want to return us as cash, they will just say they will give us a little money for it and will not pay us and not staff. So if you watch now in the schools and in the hospital, it's only coppers that are doing the virtual job. They don't have staff. Even the little staff they have, we just stay in the house and it's coppers. Our lives are at risk because of insecurity. So if they do it in a way that when we call to serve, if you want to join the military, if you are of medical profession, you should go and work in the hospital after your service. And if you do education, you should be employed in schools after your service and to use you and then some people go back to the house and stay.
All right.
And for private sector, they don't have staff. They just apply and use us. By the end of the service, they will allow them go. In the ones that is working for them, they don't pay us some money. So I mean, opinion that it should cry.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning, I know.
Let's hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, let's hear you.
NYSC, I have done more harm than good. Now, take the case of Kadadioso. Because of NYSC, competent hands have been removed from the Nigeria government. So I support the scrapping of NYSC. Then, where are they taking them to? They are killing them without going to war. So I didn't support taking them to war. That's my take.
All right. Well taken. We on WhatsApp. Let's see messages there. America Monday from Ahoda says the motives for the establishment of NYSC was defeated by the elites because they lobby for lucrative posting and state of choice for their children and subjects. And my questions are, is it the 30,000 naira monthly allowance paid to them that will be used as their monthly salary when called to defend the country, or where they trained on how to handle arms? They should scrap it, please. NYSC cannot and will never be used as war machines. This is a clear indication of a failed government. Digital era is highly appreciated recently than that of the analog. Civilization has grown beyond religion, ethnicity, and culture. If it will result to that, it will be within the digital and analog and nothing more. Alex Aleonomo sent that in. We're united, at least to some extent, unto Mr. President and the presidency came and used nepotism, ethnicity, tribalism, religion, sectionalism, favoritism to polarize and divide the nation into parallel lines. Mr. O. Alfred Oladapo writes in, I believe this is Dr. Alfred Oladapo. He says, I don't think it's wise to scrap NYSC. It should be refined to respond to the needs and challenges of today. Here's my take. Continue with the 1 month orientation camp. Turn the orientation syllabus to entrepreneurship and vocational training. At the end of the 1 month's intensive training, give the participants their 1 month salary as seed money and let each person go back to their state to start a business. Advantages, insecurity of their lives is eliminated. Cheap labor eliminated. Interaction and bonding is achieved in the camp. Unemployment is radically addressed. Companies and organizations are forced to look for specialization and employ the graduates. Export is guaranteed and price of goods locally are cheap. Staff of NYSC are not thrown into labor market, but their assignment and responsibilities are redefined. These are my submissions in the paper I presented last week. Gift is calling from Migruta. Good morning, Gift.
Good morning, Eno. Hello?
Yes, we're listening to you.
Okay. You see, I want to say that NYSC is the reason for the so much unemployment we have in Nigeria.
It is?
You know.
How so?
Can you hear me?
How is it responsible?
All right. You see, after spending some years in the secondary school, and then maybe JAM and WAEC have tortured you enough, and then you finally get admission into the university. In the course of study, some years of strike has taken away part of your years in the university. And I remember that NYSC has stipulated 30 years for service. So let's say while you are in the school, you are approaching 30 years. And that at 29, you are able to serve. And when you come back from service, you will not be able to get a job. Because some of these companies, they pick for persons from 22 to 29 to employ. Are you getting it? And then...
Oh dear. Thank you for talking to us. Today, Anthony Odun from Orogbum. NYSC is military regimental in nature. It was established for the purpose of unifying this great nation called Nigeria. It educates, informs, entertains, exposes. It also has an undertone to get the youth prepared to defend this nation when the need arises. Sacrifice for which fatherland? Why should anyone be shocked that no one is ready to die for Nigeria? I'm shocked that that man said this. Sacrifice for which fatherland? The fatherland that kills its citizens every day. I'm shocked by the statement. So, part of the sacrifice is to ensure that the killings stop. Isn't that what it is? I think the NYSC shouldn't be scrapped because it's an opportunity to meet different kinds of people, cultures, skills, etc. I hope the reason for scrapping is not because of the Alawi. If they must scrap it, they should establish job opportunities so that immediately after graduating, there'll be instant employment. Join us, so send that in. Hello, no, it's very complex. The NYSC started off as being a good idea, but somewhere along the line, it lost its usefulness. Just think about the general situation in the country. That has further made NYSC look like sending young children to their deaths. How can someone insinuate that coppers can be called to fight a war if needed? I mean, how possible is that? Rather than scrap, the NYSC should be paused until the country is fixed. Tunde send that in from Port Harcourt. Scrap it, scrap it, scrap it. Laudable as the reasons for instituting NYSC may have been, today it has far and long outlived its usefulness. The disadvantages are far outweigh the current benefits. Stories of core members missing en route their stations. Many of the deceased may have been used for rituals. Our young people are taken from home, paid a criminal pittance for sustenance. Young women are forced into quasi-prostitution and young men forced into unorthodox and criminal means of survival. Core members are usually put in harm's way in the name of facilitating roguish elections, etc. There's no NYSC so-called benefit that cannot be achieved otherwise. The unwieldy and volatile security situation nationwide is more than enough contemporary reasons to jettison the NYSC. Time to say goodbye and archive the NYSC. Abokaibo sent that in. Okay. Alfred, Dr. Alfred Lalapo is saying that what he meant was after the 1 year orientation program in camp, they should be given 360K. So it's a year's salary. So instead of keeping them there, keeping them in service wherever for 12 months, you say now that you've undergone vocational training, entrepreneurship training, now take your 1 year pay in one lump sum and go into the world and deliver us from poverty, start businesses, produce, manufacture something, Let's take another call for the road. Good morning. Ouch. Okay. Good morning. Hello? Hello? Suki Fubara says NYC should be reformed to suit current reality. Nigerian youths need jobs. If the NYC could help stimulate job creation and employment, that would be good. I had fun doing my NYC, saw a lot, learned a lot. Good morning. Hello?
Good morning.
Yes, you're on.
Okay. My name is Given. I'm speaking from Port Harcourt.
All right.
Actually, this is my first time.
You're welcome.
I've been listening to this station for more than 3 years now.
You're welcome.
The issue of scrapping NYC. totally in support because talking about converting them to military, this should start from a basic. You should have a basic. And if someone just said other countries, they go to military, you don't have to talk about your comfort or whatever. Why would I talk about my comfort? The environment is okay for them. If the environment in this country is okay for me, why won't I think about dying for my country? If there's work initially, why would I think about dying for my country? If not for this insecurity, we don't think about employing anybody into the army. Me on my own, since I graduated, you know how many times I've applied for the military? For over how many years now we are applying for military stuff? But now they want to take it away because Nigeria is in trouble. Right. But the problem in Nigeria, we don't prepare. We don't prepare.
Okay.
Instead of preparing their people for just in case of this. So if they have prepared us from the basic, if they have prepared us from the basic till date, by now we will be thinking of now we want to start converting people, or we are short of army, we are short of police. Do you know how much they pay army people outside the country? So we don't need to compare our country with them.
All right.
Because the foundation is all.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. That's all we can take at this time. On Facebook, Barry Yerebar, Silas Barry Down. I don't think the Honorable Member has made a wide research in respect to the issue raised. I think there's a lot the management of NYSC and other stakeholders can look into the matter and not remove NYSC from the system. Those of us who served wholeheartedly understand the scheme and how important it is when it comes to the unity that we've enjoyed as a nation. Policies should be reviewed so that government and private organizations should create employment pathways for core members and service. Lebi Oluwatosin Jeffrey, I served and wish that every prospective core members experience that fairy tale. Amendment should be discussed, not scrapping. Many opine that NYSC has outlived her relevance due to the security situation in the country. Let's tackle our major challenges squarely and leave the scheme alone. That's on Facebook. The conversation continues after the news at 9 o'clock. Stick around. Hello, Port Harcourt with Jude will continue with this conversation, of course, another slant. But we have a commercial. Stay tuned.
It's an infomercial. 92.3 Nigeria Info.